Hey everybody, so yesterday I filmed a Q&A get ready with me video of me getting ready for the Brett Young concert. I had asked everyone on Instagram to drop some questions that they had. It could be anything, so I answered those questions in the video, but when I was done getting ready, I was running late and I had to rush off and I did not get to film an intro to the video, so it will not look like this, but I still wanted to get the video up so that y'all could see it. I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills soft glam palette and I really liked it, so I wanted to share that with y'all. So if you want to see what I did, keep watching. Bye. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna try to show you the products that I'm using as I answer the questions, if I can remember. Okay, so first I'm going to be using the Ultra Facial Moisturizer by Kiehl's to start out. Okay, first question, what are you currently binge watching? I feel like I usually, if I'm going to just watch just something random other than like what I have recorded weekly, The Office, it's just my go-to. It's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, so that's my go-to. Okay, and then next I'm going to use the Hourglass, where is it at? Our Hourglass Veil Primer. I'm going to use a couple different primers today just because I'm feeling a little extra, you know. And I'll just put it right here in my T-zone. Okay, what is my favorite dessert? Favorite dessert would probably be tiramisu. I love tiramisu. But like, as far as just like I like cookie or something, like Oreos. I love Oreos. They're so good, and it's hard not to eat like the whole sleeve. And next I am using, I already have it on my hands, so I'm like holding this weird, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It's kind of sticky, like when you put it on, it just helps your makeup stick really good to your face. Okay, next question, do I have any tattoos? Yes, I have 2 tattoos. My most recent tattoo is this one on my wrist here. It's a cross. It was just like a random, was in Hot Springs with my friend Caitlin, and I was like, I should get a tattoo. Let's go get a tattoo. Well, let me go get a tattoo because she didn't get one, but so yeah, I did. And then my other one, it's a tramp stamp. I don't want to talk about it. Got it when I was 18. It was a mistake, okay? It's ugly. Okay, for foundation, I am going to be using, I'm going to mix, it's Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm going to mix 2 together to get my, the color that I need. The color that I'm using is Honey and Light Beige. And one person had asked, I feel like this is the appropriate time to answer this question, how much foundation do I use, because she doesn't feel like she uses enough. It really just depends on the type of foundation that you're using, on how much you have to use. If it's like a more of a full coverage, like it just depends on what you're trying to achieve. So if you want more coverage, you need to use more. But obviously I just take it and put it in areas of my face, and then you can go back and add more if you feel like you need to, which you usually do unless you just put like a whole lot on there. Then but once you get done, you can kind of look and see if you need to add more. It just depends on what type of coverage you're wanting. Okay, the next question is, what is your favorite makeup brand? Probably right now Morphe, just because their products are really good and they're affordable. Like, it's not super expensive at all. You can get like a whole palette for what you could get like a few color, like single colors for with other brands. So I would say if you're looking to get like a makeup brush set or just like a whole set of like a palette of colors, I would go with Morphe. Morphe has a bunch of options to choose from. Okay, the next question is, how did you get Blaze's name? Blaze is my son. If y'all don't know, I'm sure you do. Actually, from a website. It really doesn't have any type of like personal meaning to it. Like we just got it from a website. Now his middle name is Asher. I know, fire and ash, like wow. And I got that because my sister's name is Ashley, and I wanted to name him something, you know, to do with her, because despite how much she gets on my nerves sometimes, I love her. I know she loves me, right? Next question is, what is my favorite style of music? This one's tough because I feel like my music style is all over the place. Like, I could go from Luke Combs to Cardi B to Hillsong Worship to Aerosmith. Like, it's all over the place. And I have been told that I am a music lyric historian. Like, I know a lot of music lyrics and I can rap really good. So yeah, I love music. It just depends on what type of mood that I'm in, really, on what type of music that I listen to. It's like emotionally driven, so it just really depends on what type of mood that I'm in that makes me decide what I want to listen to. And I'm sorry about my hair, y'all, every time, okay? I'm sorry. It's gonna be bad. It's just gonna be bad. Okay, and next I'm gonna do my eyebrows, which we talked about this last time. It's really hard for me to do my eyebrows on the screen, so I have to like bend down because I can't see good. So I'm going to be leaning down here. So if you can't see me, I'm sorry. What creeps you out? Well, a lot of things creep me out. Spiders, I hate spiders. Like, even the thought of spiders like makes me like I hate them. They're weird, gross, ugly. Yeah, like I hate them, like hate them. And another thing, this is really random, gas stations creep me out. Like, I don't like going into a gas station, especially alone. Like, if I'm on a road trip or something, obviously I go in a gas station, but I prefer not to be alone. There's always like creepy, well, this is in the South. There's a lot of creepy men in there usually, and they just like stare at you while they're sitting there eating their sausage biscuits, and like, I don't know, I just don't like it. Like, it just creeps me out. It's a weird feeling. I feel like I'm not the only one that feels like this. I feel like I've talked about this with other people before and they agreed, so it's kind of weird, but I guess it's kind of normal. I didn't tell y'all what I was using for my eyebrows. Anastasia Beverly Hills powder is what I'm using now. If you have any other brow products that you recommend, let me know in the comments, because I haven't really found anything else that I really like other than this brand. Now I'm using the same brand, the brow definer. If you can hear a beeping noise, that's my smoke detector. Last night, like 1:30 in the morning, it decided to randomly go off in the middle of the night. It did it the other night too, and woke Blaze up, and he was like terrified. It didn't just beep like when the battery's dead. You know how they beep? That's what it's doing now. Even with the battery out, it's still in there beeping. It like went off for like a couple seconds, like just kept going off, and one goes off, it triggers the other one, and they just went off. Or I don't even know. There's no reason. Like, obviously there's no fire. But yeah, at 1:30 in the morning last night, they started going off and woke me up, and so I'm in a chair in the middle of the night trying to get these things to stop beeping, thinking that it's going to wake up the people above us. So I take the batteries out of the two that I think that it is, and they still beep. So I took a good battery out of the one in the hallway and put it in the one in my bedroom and shut the door so that I could try to sleep. And they're still beeping, so I'm gonna get batteries for it, but I don't know why it's still beeping right now. Like, they didn't even have a battery in it. For brow gel, look how cute this is. One done, one not. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Next question is, how long does it take you to get ready? It really just depends on where I'm going. Like for work every morning, I can get ready probably about 15 minutes. But if I'm getting ready for something like going out or going to, I would say going on a date, but I don't go on dates. Just kidding. If I'm going out, like want to really do my makeup, it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half. It just depends on, because I like to listen to music. It's really weird because I'm not listening to music right now because I'm talking to y'all. And I get distracted. Like I'd like to dance and while I get ready and act like a weirdo. And I take my time. Like I just don't rush. So, okay, next question. Who is your favorite 20-year-old coworker that loves Jesus and Reese's Puff cereal? Okay, well, I don't know a 20-year-old coworker that loves Reese's Puff cereal. The only 20-year-old coworker that I know that loves Jesus and cereal, she loves Peyton Puffs. So I don't even know who asked that question. Like I don't know. So the next question. Would you rather look like a potato or feel like a potato? Probably feel like a potato, because I don't really actually look like one. Then I just feel like it, which is fine because we feel a lot of things that aren't actually true, and that's okay. So I would feel like a potato. Next thing I'm using is the concealer. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Then I bring it up to the corner of my eye right here just because it brightens it up a little, and I'll end up blending it out. And let me tell you, it's just super annoying when you have dark hair. And look at this. Like the sides of my hair, I have concealer all in it. So I have to go back usually with like either eyeshadow or my brow powder and like darken it up because it'd be looking ugly and stuff. Powder that I'm going to use to set it, I can't show you the top because I already like tipped it out in there, is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and we are going to bake it. As always, I like to do one eye at a time and set it so I can set it first thing after I do it, because I don't want it to get creasy under my eyes because I got wrinkles because I'm old. Okay, my next question is, would I rather have unlimited sushi for life or tacos? And that's easy. I like tacos. I do like tacos, but I love sushi. So, for sure, sushi. I could eat sushi every day of my life. Every day. I love it so much. Okay, my next question is, if you had a time machine, would you go back in time or visit the future? It's a hard one because I probably would want to know the future, but I don't know if I would want to know the future, because if it's something that I didn't like I would probably be super sad and not want to do it. But I would probably still say go to the future, because like I've already done the past. I ain't trying to go back there. Okay, next question is what animal would you be if you could be an animal? Definitely A giraffe. I love giraffes. Like, they're my favorite animal. They're so cute and just different, and they're tall like me. I've been called a giraffe so many times. It's fun. I love them. I think it's a compliment when I get called a giraffe. I'm like, oh, so you think I'm cute? That's how I take that. Okay, now I just put powder. I mean, not powder. I put concealer to highlight, to even out the highlighted areas there. And I'm going to set it with powder. I'm going to be looking real weird here for real weird here for a second. And I have laugh lines right here that drive me crazy. I usually put some powder, like a good amount, in those lines so that kind of fills them in and doesn't look creasy. What superhero power would you want to have if you could have a superhero power? Flying would be cool, but probably mind reading. That would kind of, it would be good to have, but also not good, because I don't know if I would want to know what everyone's thinking. But yeah, probably mind reading still. So I like to torture myself, you know. Okay, next I'm going to use the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to contour my nose and then my cheeks with it. Then I don't contour my nose every time, but sometimes, like when I'm doing like a more serious makeup look, I just feel like it brings it together more and makes me look more structured. I always go back and brush through my eyebrows after I let the gel set, just so they look more natural and not so like. I used to use hairspray on my eyebrows, which is really weird. It's not as weird as me also putting it on my eyelashes after I did my eyelashes, because that's pretty weird. I don't know where I got that, but that was like in high school. That's what I used to do. Don't know where I got that idea from. Probably made it up. Next question. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Again, sushi. I'm gonna make some weird faces here for a second. I'm sorry. I would do sushi because I love it, like I said, so much. I can't talk really good while I'm doing this, but I'm gonna try my best. Just contouring some here. I'm gonna take a bigger brush and I'm going to just bring it down my neck to blend it all down. And then I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer, the Luminous Bronze Light. That's what it looks like. And it just kind of gives you like a glow, like a natural glow. Just kind of put it over what I just did. And I use this on my head more just because I don't really need like a whole lot of contour on my head. I just want it to kind of be bronzed. And go over some of that concealer that I did there because it's super white. What's the minimal amount of makeup you'll wear in public? Any tips to look especially fresh? It just depends where I'm going, really. If I'm obviously, like if I'm just running to the store, then I used to be really bad. Like I used to not want to even leave the house with like foundation, like basically a full face, like what most people would consider a full face. I've gotten a lot better. Like I actually went to lunch with a friend a couple months ago with zero makeup. Now I had a hat on and I was out of town, so I wasn't gonna see anybody, but still, that's a big step for me. Like, that's a big step. So now probably like I have BB cream that I'll put on and it just kind of like evens your face out. And so I'll do that, some mascara. This that I'm using now is I'm just taking the powder and I'm just defining that line where I had contoured there with this Morphe brush here. Oh my gosh, this will tell you what type of friends that I have here, okay? Would you rather go without makeup for a day or go without pooping for a day? For sure, go without pooping for a day. Just kidding. I mean, it just really depends on, like, if I can go without makeup if I'm not having to go anywhere, like, super serious or anything. Like, I can do without that. That's fine. I'm going to use blush now, and I'm going to use MAC Gingerly is what I'm using, and then I'm going to probably go back over that just to brighten it up some with MAC's Melba. Who was your first celeb crush? My first and last celeb crush ever, because I will never crush on anyone harder than this man. Justin Timberlake. He's the love of my life, even though he got married and crushed my dreams. I like Trey Kennedy too, don't get me wrong. I do have a love for him, but Justin Timberlake was my first crush. NSYNC. I went to NSYNC concerts, like multiple, like the same concert, like they did here. Like I went to Little Rock to see the same one. So yeah, JT for life. Now I'm going to do my eyes, and I don't really know what kind of look I'm going for here with my eyes. I'm going to be using I just got this, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Palette. Some beautiful colors here. You can see those. So pretty. So I'm going to use those first, and I'm going to go in with Orange Soda first as my transition shade there. So we're just going to kind of wing it and do this as we go, because I don't really know what I'm going for here. Okay, next question is going to be, what's the funniest movie you have ever seen? I don't know. There's a lot of funny movies. Anchorman's really funny. Talladega Nights, though, that movie was super funny to me. Will Ferrell is funny. His older stuff's funnier to me than the newer stuff, but it's really hard for me to rewatch movies usually, like that I've seen already, and stay focused since I already know what's going to happen. Okay, the next color that I used, and I did not tell you, sorry, I forgot, is the burnt orange color right below the orange soda, and it's the same thing. It's a transition shade. I'm just building the color. Then I'm just going to take a clean brush and kind of wipe all that around to blend everything together. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Sienna, that color right there, and kind of just put it in my crease a little bit and then bring it down on my lid. I wouldn't put it as high as the transition shades that I put on there, but just kind of in your crease and bring it down a little bit. When I blend it out with this clean brush, it's going to bring it up a little bit to blend in with those transition shades that I used. And I am using a lot of colors. I know it seems like that I'm using a lot of colors, but that's because I am. Because you want to build layers here so that everything just looks kind of like blown out, airbrushed, and not so like lines. Do you like that sound? That's a good sound, isn't it? Okay, the next question is, have you ever saved anyone's life? Well, yes, I have, actually. When my nephew, well, I mean, he could have obviously survived without me, but I like to say this. When my nephew was like 2, we were on vacation in Florida, and he like fell down and choked on a wheat thin. The wheat thin was like lodged, and I turned him over and hit him on the back and got it out of there. Lifesaver. Also, my cousin fell in the pool when he was little and couldn't swim, and he fell in. I just pulled him up by his leg like this. And so I'm basically a hero. I'm going to use this brush here with just a little powder on it and kind of put it right there at an angle to create like a more of like a cat eye and bring everything up with my eyeshadow like an angle there. The next color that I'm going to use is this mulberry color, and I'm going to put it on my lid. It's like a purpley burnt or dark reddish color, like a burnt, more of a purple in there. Next question is, if you had a theme song played every time you entered the room, what would it be? Probably right now, Truth Hurts by Lizzo. When that song comes on, I feel like it like comes over me and I'm like, okay, time to perform. So that's my jam right now. Just puts me on another level. I feel like that's everybody's jam right now. Or I gotta stay fly, cause you gotta stay fly, till you die, Okay, next I'm going to use, has a lot of fallout on it. I'm going to use the Cypress Umber. Yeah, that's how you say it. All right, it's a brown shade. I'm just going to put that on the outside here to darken things up, to have more of a smokier eye. I really like this palette. Like, this is a good palette. I like the colors. So if you are looking to get like a palette, I would do this one. This one's really good. I don't know if you can see it, but this has some fallout, and that's another reason why it's really good when you bake. Leave the powder on there. It's like sprinkled down here, and you can just take your powder brush when you're doing it and just wipe it away. I don't rub it, but just like kind of swoop it away, and that will get rid of that and won't allow the fallout to just sit on your face there. I'm gonna go back with the blending shades, the burnt orange there. I might take a little rustic. A little of that rustic shade and kind of just go back over, not any above the color, but kind of just right in my crease there to make everything blended really good. And now I'm going to use a little bit of this black color, not much at all, but just a little there in the crease to darken that. Since I am going to a concert at nighttime, I feel like I can go a little darker there. And like I said, not much, just a little bit. Kind of do it like a little triangle there. Blend it all in. Like, I'm not even taking it past right there. Like, that's where it's stopping. Same thing on this eye. The text message I got earlier was from my stepdad, and this is the kind of stuff that they torment me with. It's a comedian, and it's a like a thing on YouTube, and it says first date deal breakers. Thought this might be helpful, and it's a bunch of nonsense, I'm sure, because that's what he likes to send me. Okay, and I'm going to take a little bit of this glittery color Sultry just with my finger, and so it's not much at all. I'm just going to tap it on the inside just to kind of give me a little bit of sparkle. Not much at all. Like, it's not, I would need to wet it with something, some Fix Plus or MAC Fix Plus or something to make it stay and like stand out more, but I don't really want it to be like real pigmented. I'm just trying to give like a little bit of a glittery look there. So just tap that on there. And now for my highlight color, I'm not going to use the one that's in here. I want something that's stands out a little bit more. Let me wipe my hands on something. So I'm going to use MAC's Nylon and just put it right there on my arch of my, right underneath of my eyebrow. Next I'm going to go in with the same palette on and do my under eyeliner, and I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to mix this brown color with a little bit of that mulberry color. I'm not going to use much of the mulberry because I don't want it to be to, like I said, to reddish purpley there. And then after, I'm going to blend it out with sienna and maybe a little bit of burnt orange. Okay, the next question is, who was your favorite teacher and why? Well, this might be hurtful to some people since my best friend was actually one of my teachers in high school. She's my lifetime fave for life. But my favorite teacher was probably my 8th grade teacher. His name was Coach Hunter, and he was seriously the best teacher ever. He actually passed away a couple years ago, but he was seriously the best. Like, I feel like he had a huge impact on every one of his students. He really cared about his students and all of them. He treated them all the same. He was awesome. I remember he would make fun of us because that's what part of what made him so fun is just being goofy. And he so let's see, my second toe is a little crooked, both of them. They kind of go like this. So he would always tell me, he would say, Erica, why is your second toe running away from your first toe? And I remember one time one of my best friends had on, it was like a sweater, but it was a turtleneck and it was sleeveless. And he would say, girl, why you got on a short sleeve turtleneck? Is your neck cold but your arms are hot? Like, he was just so funny. He just made it so fun. Like, we had to do commercials for class one time, and my commercial, and I feel like he was the only teacher that would be like, okay, that's not crazy and weird. But our commercial was Preparation H, and it was hilarious what we did. Like, it was seriously hilarious, and he appreciated it. So yeah, Coach Hunter, 8th grade, best teacher. I'm going to take a little bit of that nylon color that I had earlier, and I'm going to put it right here in the corner just to open up my eyes a little bit. Now I'm going to do my eyeliner, and I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio black gel liner. What really annoys you? Well, a lot of things annoy me, but the one thing that's like super really annoys me is when people suck their teeth, like after they eat, or just in general, but I feel like they do it a lot after they eat. They'll just go like, oh, that sound is horrible, and like makes me want to just get up and leave the room if you do that. My stepdad does it all the time, and he already knows. I hate it. Next question is, do I have any weird habits? I mean, I don't know if they're weird. Sorry, I saw a spot that I missed here. I don't know if they're really weird, but I do have habits. When I get like nervous or like anxious, or I'm waiting for something and I'm fidgety, I pick at my fingers, like the sides of my fingers. I have multiple friends that do that too, so I don't feel like it's necessarily like weird. But that is a habit that I wish I could get rid of because I hate doing it. When I have my nails done, like I just did my nails myself, but when I have them like really done, I feel like I stay away from doing that as much. I guess because they look good and I don't want to mess them up. And I have gotten better. Like, they're not as bad. It used to be like they would be bleeding, but they're not as bad anymore. And another habit that I have, and if you know me, if you've been around me long enough, you know this, is I twirl my hair a lot. It's usually the same piece right over here in the back of my head. I just twirl it like this over and over, twirl it around. I'll do some little tricks with it, and it's been a habit that I've had since I was younger. My grandmother told me when she would rock me and I didn't have any hair, that I would reach up there and grab her hair and play with it. Next, I'm going to do my mascara, and I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in black. Okay, what are your favorite places to shop? Well, I feel like my style is all over the place. Like, I like cutesy things, I like grungy things, I like my style's just all over the place. So I like to shop at Loft. I feel like that's one of my favorite places to shop. Old Navy, I like to go there. Loft, I usually try to wait till they have like 50% off a lot, 40% off. So I usually wait until they have a sale because it's pretty pricey. If they don't have a sale, then it can get pretty expensive. But yeah, Old Navy, Target. I find a lot of stuff at Target, TJ Maxx, and then like local boutiques. Okay, next question. This is for my mom. Would you go without makeup for the rest of your life if you could be married to Trey Kennedy? Wow. You know, I wouldn't go without makeup for the rest of my life if I could be married to him, because I'm pretty mad at him right now because he went and got engaged and it's not me. So I think I'm having a fight with him right now. Sorry, Trey. We are never getting back together, like ever. You know, you made me that video that one time and I thought you loved me. I thought you cared about me, but you just proved to be like the rest of them. Freaking jerks. Okay. Next question. Would you rather live in a cave or a treehouse? Y'all, these are some random questions, okay? Probably a treehouse. That's like fun, like up in a tree, you know? Cave would probably be uncomfortable. Like what kind of sleeping arrangements are we having here? Yeah, I'm gonna say treehouse. That's what I want to go with. The next question is, how old are you? I am 31, 32 in April. Don't feel like I'm any older than when I was like a teenager. Like I still feel like inside my head it's like the same stuff going on. Next, I'm going to just wipe everything away with my powder brush here. Get rid of all of that powder. Make sure I try to blend everything really well. And then I'm going to take the big puffy brush that I used to bronze with, and I'm going to go over some of those places because I feel like it's super bright. I don't want it to be so bright or it looks like I didn't have the right color, because I didn't. And I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the bronzing color just to put some of that back on there. I feel like when I go to blend everything, it wipes it off a little bit. Okay, next I'm going to highlight using the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. The next question is, what do people usually say their first impression of you is? Well, I feel like it's different. Sometimes they say that I'm shy, quiet. Like, I feel like a lot of times people get the wrong impression because I am very, until I get to know you, like sometimes it's hard for me to like be myself. So I may come off as like shy, quiet, but I'm really not once I know you. Some people, I'm very sarcastic, like a lot, like very sarcastic. Like the majority of the things that come out of my mouth is me being sarcastic. So a lot of people don't know that, and so I can come off as like rude or mean or like that, something like that. Like a girl at work told me the first time, her first day at work, she came up to me. I was, you know, brushing someone's teeth. She came to me and said, hey, do you need anything? And I said, yeah, you can go get me some Starbucks. And that was just my way of being funny. Like, I didn't need anything, so I was just trying to be like, you know, sarcastic and whatever. But she said that she thought that I was so mean and so rude at first, and she was scared of me. But now she's like one of my good friends, so I was just joking. Obviously, I did not intend for her to clock out, leave work, and go pick me up some Starbucks, but she thought that. I'm going to add a little bit more highlighter just because I want to be extra glowy and stand out. The next question is, what are your favorite sports teams? Baseball would be the Cardinals. NBA would be the Grizzlies, obviously. NFL, the Titans. I don't really like watch a lot of NFL, but Tennessee Titans, hello, okay. Home team. I'm gonna go for them. Obviously Memphis teams. I like Memphis football, basketball just because I'm from Memphis, so yeah. And then college is Tennessee Vols, even though we suck. It's okay. I tend to go for losers, you know. Just kidding. Okay, now I'm going to set everything because we are done with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. Oh, and I realized, okay, I gotta be careful with moving there. I realized on the question earlier, the girl had asked, like, how do you keep everything, like, fresh, looking fresh? And first of all, you need a good foundation that doesn't look thick, cakey, and I suggest setting everything with powder. Like, there's a time and a place for you to look like oily, like that kind of look. Like, I feel like the Kardashians do that a lot. Like, that's a certain type of look. But if you're just trying to have a normal makeup look, this setting spray is so good. It kind of gives you like a dewy type look to where like everything just looks, to me it makes it look fresh, and like it's just everything's on there good, and it helps your makeup stay on there really well. So yeah, that, and like I said, powder. You need to set everything so that everything stays on really good. It looks super fresh. Okay, we're done. Sorry, I keep looking into the lens over here, like, because I can see myself, so I feel like I'm trying to see, I'm looking here to see you, but I really should be looking here to see you. Sorry. Okay, we're learning here. Bye.